Hello there, I'm Alex. Welcome to my channel SINSPIRED, where I inspire you to develop a growth mindset. For my first video, I want to talk about the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. Knowing the difference between the two can help you improve your self-awareness so that you can decide if there's anything you want to change in your life to make it better. Let's first get into the fixed mindset. People with a fixed mindset are those who believe that their skills and knowledge are limited and cannot be increased or improved upon. They believe that there's nothing they can do to change what they currently have, no matter how hard they work at it. These people also think there's no need to learn anything new. Just live life with what you have. In short, it is what it is. Let's take, for example, a student who wants to work at a big tech company, so he decides to study computer science. He was given his first programming assignment in his first CS class. However, after implementing the code, he only passes about half the test cases. He goes ahead and just submits what he has because he ran out of time and just really couldn't figure it out. But when he was given the solution, he didn't go over them to learn from his mistakes. He made excuses such as, oh, everything's just gonna work out fine in the end. And besides, there are other classes to pay attention to. There's time that needs to be spent hanging out with friends, going out to the game, etc. So during the final exam, the student wasn't able to answer certain questions, the same conceptual questions from the coding assignment. He ended up passing the class with a C, and he struggled with the following class and also the upper division algorithms class. When it came to interviewing with companies, he wasn't able to pass the first round of coding interviews often, but after months of struggle, he eventually was able to land a job. At this job, this person only took on really easy and very similar tasks. The goal was just to get stuff done, work the 8 hours a day, and then get paid the paycheck. Finally, during the annual performance reviews, his compensation was adjusted minimally. The student didn't take time to learn from his mistakes, even though the solution was given. Hence, he paid the price in his current class, future classes, and even career options. His career path was stagnant, and he was missing out on opportunities in promotions and getting underpaid year over year. The consequences accumulated and cascaded upwards. Why did the student just take the time to study correctly, assuming he did care about the grades and landing a job or internship? With a fixed mindset, this person wanted to stay within his comfort zone, lacked self-confidence, and found excuses instead of addressing the problem. Many people like to stay within their comfort zone because it makes them feel safe and has a certain level of complacency. Humans by nature typically don't like major changes to their opinions or their habits. Unless there's something that's extremely bad and necessary, there isn't really any need for change. When it comes to lacking self-confidence, he or she does not believe in his or her abilities. There's no point. It's hopeless. These people do not have the courage to take the next step. We've heard many people make excuses. Oh, it's a careless mistake. I'm tired. I'll get it next time. I'm really tired and I need to relax. These are not the root cause. The root cause is the person. People with a fixed mindset don't improve themselves and don't acquire new skills or knowledge. Hence, when faced with new problems, they will struggle more. There are also activities that keep you at a fixed mindset. Playing video games. Now, unless you're competing in a big tournament or you are streaming as part of your work. Watching TV. Anything that's news related or educational is fine, but if it's pure entertainment, it's really just to help you relax. Social media. When we look at what our friends are doing, how successful they are, it kind of impacts our mental health and makes us feel inferior. And also similar to TV, anything that's pure entertainment doesn't provide any additional value. These activities produce a chemical called dopamine, which is produced in your brain, and it helps you feel pleasure and reward. While it helps you feel relaxed and happy, it causes you to want more of it from these activities, and hence you're gonna spend more time on them and you'll have less time to do something more productive. I'm not saying we shouldn't do these activities, like I do them too, and a lot of people do them for work. The message is to set time limits and to moderate activities that don't contribute to our growth. On the other hand, people with a growth mindset are people who believe they have the ability to acquire new skills and knowledge and actually go for it. They realize it's not the end of the world if they fail or don't know how to do something. Instead, these people take action step by step until they achieve their higher goals. Let's revisit our college student example, but with a growth mindset. Now that the student was given the solution, he actually reviews them, studies them, and then fixes his code so that it passes all the test cases. If there was something he didn't understand, he went to the TA's and professor's office hours to get further clarification. Finally, on the final exam, he's able to answer those conceptual questions correctly because he learned from those mistakes. Eventually, he did still continue to struggle with the coding interviews, but this time, he actually went to start practicing coding problems online, as well as asking friends about tips and tricks. Even though he might get stuck on a coding problem for hours or even days, he ends up just looking up the solution and studying that instead, and then trying it out so that he would know how to solve it when asked in an interview. During the next couple interviews, he was able to pass the first round of coding, the second round, third round, the on-site, and even landed the offer. When it came to working on the job, this person, as part of the ramp-up, talked to different members of the team and in different groups to learn more about different areas and different parts of the product. This is not just a good way of networking, but it's also a good way to get to know your team. After a year, this person got bored with this task and decided to bring it up to the manager. The manager was very happy to hear this, and hence the manager worked out a plan and gave a new project to this person so that he can work on more software-related projects that actually interested him and contribute towards his career. During the performance review, the person was able to highlight his achievements and learning growth to the manager, and hence get a higher compensation raise. Additionally, the manager drafted a plan to work with this person in order to take on more responsibilities and also land future promotions. See the difference between the growth mindset and the fixed mindset? The person with the fixed mindset didn't see a need to make any changes or improvements, whereas the person with the growth mindset sought out opportunities to improve. The growth mindset applies to education, career development, personal finance, and self. Also, this is a realistic example because 90% of it actually came from my own experiences. Let's discuss the traits of people with a growth mindset. Deals with challenges and problems. These problems aren't going to be solved by other people. It's going to be up to you to take ownership and initiative. One tactic is to take small steps and accomplish these smaller tasks so that they add up to your big goals. Also, learn from your mistakes and failures so that you don't make them again. Acquires new skills and works hard at developing them. Curiosity is a blessing. Over 99% of the time, people are not just naturally good at something. It does take time and effort to develop certain skills. And with these skills, you'll be able to be more valuable at your company or be able to start your own side hustle or business. Gets out of the comfort zone. Try something new. Do something amazing. Take calculated risk. Is there something that you've always wanted to do, but you're afraid that you might fail? Almost everyone feels about that way when trying something new and different, never done before. But the most successful people are those who actually go for it and see it through with perseverance. Make mistakes. Even if you fail, you won't have the regret of not trying at all. Finds a strong purpose in life. What is it that's meaningful to you? Whether you want to leave a lasting impact on society or just enjoy the finer things in life, it's totally up to you. Sets new goals. We often get asked the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? Planning in advance and writing down your goals helps to keep you organized and have something to work towards. When you achieve these goals, it gives you a sense of satisfaction and motivation to continue to move forward and take on new challenges. People with a growth mindset take action to improve themselves. It involves getting out of the comfort zone to set new goals, learning new skills and knowledge, and not backing down when faced with adversity. There are activities that can help you develop a growth mindset. Taking classes in person and online. You can even watch YouTube videos to learn something new, such as my channel. Meeting new people to improve your social skills, network, and also gaining other people's perspectives. Sleep and rest. To think and work at your best, you'll need adequate energy. Meditation helps with clearing the mind and eliminating distractions so that you can come back and focus on your work. I also find it helpful to study success stories from famous people who have growth mindsets. And today, I just want to briefly talk about Steve Jobs, co-founder, and former CEO of Apple. The Apple II was a successful product in the late 1970s and 1980s, but it was losing to the competition such as Microsoft Windows and IBM. Hence, in 1984, Steve Jobs unveiled the Mac, the first personal computer with a user-friendly graphical user interface. Jobs didn't get well with the CEO at the time, and their visions weren't aligned, so Jobs got fired from Apple, the company that he started. Despite this turn of events, he still loved computers and founded a company called Next, which works on building computers based on the Next Step operating system. Eventually, Apple bought Next, and Jobs returned to the company he founded. Next Step was then integrated into Apple's user environment and became the Mac OS that we know today. At the time, Apple wasn't doing well, so Jobs was asked to become CEO again. From there, he worked with teams to release the iPod, which changed the way of how we listen to music. And then he announced a product that was a music player, an internet browser, and a phone in one, and became Apple's most important product to this day, the iPhone. The lesson here is to don't get complacent with good results and never stop innovating. I want to take this opportunity to share one of Steve Jobs' quotes that has phenomenal inspiration to me and has motivated me to reach this point. You've got to find what you love, and that is as true for your work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. I encourage you to consider the aspects of having a growth mindset and start taking action today. You'll find yourself more productive, more motivated, and happier in both work and life. In the end of your journey, the results will be a product of your actions and decisions. I hope you enjoyed this video, so go ahead and smash the like button and comment below with your comments and feedback. If you are interested in self-growth, personal finance, career development, and education tips, please subscribe to my channel or follow me on TikTok or Instagram. SINSPIRED. You've been SINSPIRED today. See you next time.